What's up, guys? Welcome to Primetime Poulton. I'm your host, comic book writer Mark Poulton. We have another unboxing video today. I already took the books out of the box. I didn't even realize what they were. These are more 90s comic trade paperbacks or prestige format books, whatever you want to call them. My last 90s comic unboxing video was a big hit, so let's call this one the return of the 90s comics unboxing. Let's dig into these books, see what I got. So these prestige format books from the 90s are usually super cheap. I got most of these books for like $2 to $3 a piece. Such a great deal, especially when you consider what books they are. So without further ado, let's check out, see what I got. All right, so first up, we got a Gen 13 trade. This is called Lost in Paradise. Collects a few issues. Not terribly thick, but for the price, you can't beat it. Plus, it has J. Scott Campbell artwork, which is gorgeous. We got a Codenames Strike Force collection. After we go through all these books, I'll open them up and we can flip through the art and check them out. We got Dark Crossings, which was a Witchblade Tomb Raider book. Pretty thin, but I mean, that's what these prestige format books were. Only collected maybe 3 issues tops. Cyberforce. This is the trade paperback of the original, I believe it was first 4 issues. Super shiny, nice foil cover, I love it. This one's a little thicker than the others. The original Wetworks trade. Very awesome. And Gen 13 European Vacation. Let's start off with this Wetworks trade paperback. Start in the back just like how I like to. It's easier to flip that way. But has some bonus material, some biographies, and some sketches, which I really love. I love to get the behind the scenes stuff. I try to incorporate that in all my books I'm doing now. Even if it's just like a pinup gallery, I want to have some extra material in there. But this is great. This is peak 90s. Whilce Portacio, awesome artist, one of the Image founders. He's kind of like the forgotten Image founder. I know he had some issues early on, so Wetworks was delayed. That's my puppy Leon. He's a big Wetworks fan, as you can tell. This looks awesome, though. Love to revisit this stuff. I mean, this is stuff that's inspiring all my work today. This 90s Image stuff. All right, let's check out the next book. Next up is Gen 13 European Vacation. Now this is from a story arc that Jim Lee wrote. Gen 13 is usually associated with J. Scott Campbell. Now he had a hand in this story, but this was Jim drawing the characters. I think he saw how hot they were with J. Scott Campbell and he wanted a piece of this. So there's like some pictures in the back from a trip to Europe. And then the main story. This is all Jim Lee artwork. Looks gorgeous. And I mean, for $2 to $3, I mean, this is much cheaper than picking up the individual issues, which aren't terribly pricey. And I think this seller, he had a stockpile of these. I think he had like over 40 copies that were for sale. So I just went through like his other items for sale and just kept adding to cart because, you know, everything he had was right in my wheelhouse. Now we have the Cyberforce trade paperback featuring Mark Silvestri artwork. This is so awesome. Nice foil cover. The logo is embossed. Let's start in the back. See if there's any bonus material. Looks like there's a gallery. Yeah, some behind the scenes sketches, character designs. I love this stuff. Then we go into the story. Oh, we got a little Strike Force preview. All these guys were firing on all cylinders back then, man. The early days of Image were a magical time, especially to this fanboy. I collected all these books, and I still have most of these issues. They're in my comic storage closet. I like to have stuff on my bookshelf, though, just so I can grab them real quick for some inspiration. You know, I'm writing, like everything I'm writing these days, heavily inspired by my love of 90s comics. So every now and then it's great to grab one of these books, flip through it, get a little inspiration. It's like a jolt of energy straight to the veins. Let's move on to the next book. Alright guys, next up is Dark Crossings. This is the Witchblade Tomb Raider crossover. Now, this is a book that I know the least about, and I'll admit I picked it up because I saw that it said Turner on the cover, and I assumed Michael Turner. I am wrong, it's Dwayne Turner, but Dwayne Turner's a great artist. I remember him from Curse of Spawn, so I know this book will look great. It's got some making of material in the back. I believe this may have been a mini-series, a prestige format mini-series, so this might be book 1 of 2 or 3. I'm not really sure. I'll have to do a little more research, see if I need more issues to have the full story. But the artwork's gorgeous, the coloring's gorgeous, the coloring still stands up today. If you hear a noise in the background, it's my dog enjoying a bone we recently got her. She cannot be without it. She loves it so much. Next up, Codenames Strike Force. This was a book that Brandon Peterson did the artwork on, and like the others, you know, there's character design gallery, some new artwork. This has a nice coloring technique to it, a little different, looks a little airbrushed. Some behind the scenes back matter. You know, then we'll get into the main story. Gorgeous artwork and colors. That was kind of what Top Cow was known for. Codename Strike Force was kind of a forgotten team. You know, from the old days, the only leftovers are like Witchblade and Cyberforce. And lastly, we have Gen 13, Lost in Paradise. This is artwork by J. Scott Campbell, who, you know, is most associated with the book. He does get a little assist from Jim Lee in the second chapter, which is cool. If you're going to have someone assist you, why not? One of the best there is. But this is gorgeous artwork. Let me try to... There we go. Look at that. I'm sure there's some people on Twitter right now freaking out about, you know, some J. Scott Campbell women, how they're drawn. The double page spread doesn't look like it matched up the best. A little awkward, but I can live with it. I'm easy to please. Great artwork. Looks amazing. But these 6 books, I think in total, with shipping, came to maybe $24, $28, something like that. So not bad. Definitely a bargain. Just search eBay, man. You'll find all sorts of treasures, especially if you're a 90s comic hunter like myself. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, hit notifications, and I'll see you next time on Primetime Poulton. Thanks for watching.